Hi Sag, this is Caston with the timeless reading for you guys. If you come across this reading and whenever you see it, no matter the time, then it was meant for you to see it. If anything here resonates with you, please comment below and let me know. Please hit the like button and then also subscribe so you can keep up with all of the Sagittarius readings. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or book a personal reading, all of the information is below. All right, so let's get started. Excuse me. So we've got the Queen of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, sensitive intuition and power of belief. This is followed by the Eight of Wands in reverse, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, acceleration and movement, clarified by the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. And so this is, this says believing and positivity right now is going to be the most rewarding for you, right? So keeping your vibration high, holding on to the power of belief, staying positive is going to yield you the best results at this time. Really believing in your intuition, your gut feelings, following that. This also says, don't be impatient or strike too soon. If there's something that you're working on or an idea that you're trying to flesh out or decisions that you're trying to make, don't make them prematurely or out of impatience or out of survival or out of feeling rushed or anything of that nature. Wait for the exact right time and then go ahead and strike out. This also speaks about, using a sensitive intuition, the sensitive power of belief, your intuition to make your choices. So not force, right? Force doesn't really serve you too well right now. There's no need for force or to be pushy, right? This is about kind of knowing and then doing, knowing and then doing, you know what I mean? But not really pushing for results right now, right? Clarifying this is the Queen of Wands, which speaks about it's a strong feminine energy, but it doesn't matter the gender. But this speaks about, a family and career woman, family and career in balance, right? The energy of a powerful, positive energy, right? Powerful, positive, independent, in control, family and career in balance, kind of running the show here. And so this is the energy that you usher into your life through the power of belief and the power of positivity. It's really that simple here. And also with this energy here, this could speak to, because the Eight of Wands comes in reverse with this acceleration and movement. So this could speak to you not really believing. You may not believe that there's any movement right now, or you may not believe that things are picking up for you. But what this says is the more that you don't believe that, the more that that's what you usher in. Does that make sense? So really examine where you're placing your beliefs, where you're placing your energy. Are you giving energy in the direction of positivity, or are you leaning in the direction of negativity? Are you telling yourself how much you believe in yourself, or are you telling yourself all of the ways in which you could improve because this is wrong and this isn't good, and right? So this is about you taking control with this Queen of Wands energy, restoring that balance and really, really, really just leading the way with positivity and the ultimate belief in yourself, right? It starts with you. It doesn't really matter how much anyone else believes in you or what you're doing or what you're trying to achieve if you don't believe it yourself. So let's keep going. Then we've got the Seven of Pentacles. This is earth energy, proper use of cycles and rhythms in reverse, followed by the Five of Pentacles, so more earth energy, examining life's lessons. So could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And this is clarified by the Emperor, which is Aries energy in major arcana. And so what this speaks about is kind of being out of out of sync with the natural flow of your life or the rhythm, and the need to examine this. So, you know, the need to examine this so that you're not repeating cycles, right? So it's like if you feel like you're out of flow or you're out of rhythm, then there's the need to sit down and examine any time or era or space in your life where you felt the same, and examine why and how did I come out of this, and what was the lesson that came out of, if I was depressed, I went through a depression in 2015. Why did I go through it? Why did that hit me? Was there anything that triggered it? Well, this is examining those past cycles so that they do not repeat. Okay. This is clarified by the Emperor, so you could be dealing with an Aries. This could say that something with an Aries in your life is out of sync or not flowing properly. Or there's just a need to examine the cycles or the rhythms that you and this person go in and out of, and then to examine them and heal them one step at a time, if that's what you choose to do, right? I really don't pick up an energy here of like, I don't really pick up a disconnection. I just pick up something is out of sync, and it needs to be looked at and not ignored, because it is a cycle. It is a cycle, right? There's sometimes new things that come into our lives, and it's a new lesson that we have to learn. And then oftentimes it's a lesson that we've been repeating since 2001, and we just keep on doing the same old thing, and expecting a different result, right? And Spirit is like, I'm going to keep presenting this lesson in a different way until you get it, But there's something here that needs to be looked at. Something is not in the proper flow or in sync, With this Emperor energy here, I get that whatever this is that's out of flow, that you're kind of examining, you're trying to get to the bottom of it, because it's messing up the stability, right? It's causing instability, or creating shaky ground where it doesn't have to be, or where you don't prefer. Like, you're like, this is becoming shaky and I don't do shaky. I do Emperor. I do solid, I do stable, I do powerful. We call the shots, right? This is not leaning in that direction, but this is what I need. And so you pull out the glasses and, the magnifying glass, and really zero in on whatever this is that's throwing things out of sync, so that you can fix it, heal it one step at a time, and get back on track, okay? So then we've got the Seven of Swords, proper use of secret knowledge. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, followed by the Two of Wands, fire energy, persevere to achieve. And this is clarified by the Justice card. So you really could be dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. This is Libra energy in reverse. And so some sort of secret information comes in, like secret information, or this could be intuitive information. There could be some of you who literally get visions, or like psychic hits, prophetic information, right? It could be any of those things, but some sort of information. It also could be literal, physical, like secret information, like a piece of gossip, if you will, or somebody calls you with the message and you're like, whoa, I had no idea about that. Okay, right? But there's some sort of information that presents itself, and this could be tied to an injustice, or this could be tied to unfair treatment. And in some way I get like this blocks your persistence, or somehow this throws you off, or maybe this information that comes in about this Aries or concerning this Aries or with this earth sign, maybe this information that comes in throws you off and throws you out of rhythm or throws you out of sync. This also could speak about indecision. So this could speak about, you having some sort of new information that comes in or secret information that comes in, right? Or maybe just private information that comes in, and there's a lot of indecision now around it. With this Two of Wands, though, I get that somebody is just persisting, or somebody's just moving through, kind of like avoiding decisions or avoiding having to deal with this information. It's like, I'm pushing through, just pushing through, just pushing through, just pushing through. And it's like every, day on your morning walk, a new person comes up to you and is like, so did you know that they're shutting down the neighborhood? And you're like, oh, nope, didn't hear that. Pushing through, gonna keep going, and the next person's like, hey, so did you hear that, like, they're gonna shut down the neighborhood? And you just keep pushing through, but it's like, okay, this is information that you have to actually deal with. Like, you have to, you can't just avoid or not deal with it, even if you feel it's unfair, even if you feel it's an injustice, even if you feel like, why do I have to deal with this, or like this is too much, or this is overwhelming. It doesn't really matter. This information is being presented for a reason. Okay. Then we've got the Five of Cups, water energy, working old ground, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is followed by the Queen of Wands, fire energy, primal strength and creation. This comes in reverse. And this is clarified by the Four of Cups, water energy. And so immediately what I picked up off of this was regrets. So, some of you could be dealing with regrets here. That's all I got on that. All right, so I'll move forward. Anyway, some of you could be dealing with some regrets here. Let me know if that resonates, or what that, if that, I don't know. I don't really get anything else off of that, but something from the past here could be coming up and creating discontent. Okay, so maybe there's something from the past that's coming up that you regret, or a decision that you made from the past that you're now regretting. Or maybe wasn't the best decision for you. With this Four of Cups coming in, this speaks all about that discontent, kind of not being satisfied. There could have been missed opportunities here, or you're missing creative opportunities because of this discontent, or because of this regret, or because of something from the past is haunting you and causing you to miss opportunities today. So this is about you, again, and like I said earlier, examining life's lessons. This is about you realizing that something here is out of sync or out of the flow, or some sort of information comes in that you have to deal with, but instead it's like kind of ignoring it, kind of, I don't know, like moving into a energy of indecision, or just feeling like, oh, this just isn't fair. Right? When you have like you're babysitting, or there's a kid, if you have a child, and they just throw a fit because they just feel like it's not fair, and then that's it. And you're just like, all right, well, now that's done. Like, now that you've thrown your fit, now let's deal with it. You know what I mean? So this is kind of that energy here where, if things are coming up from the past, it's probably because it was never dealt with properly. Never really put to rest. Never really put a period on it. Maybe it had a ... not a period. And now it's time to go back and put a period on it. Also, watch out in your environment for distrust. There could be people around you who are not to be trusted. And I don't say that in a sense of like, ain't nobody got you, watch out. Not like that. It's not really that deep, but sometimes literally in the literal sense, you just can't trust somebody. Like, it's like, I tell you one thing, you can't hold water. Next thing I know, somebody else is telling it to me because you told them last week. And, You know, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it really wasn't for them to know. You know, it's kind of that energy, like watch out for that, especially if it is somebody popping up randomly from the past. You know, be wary of that and be mindful. Um, what I get from this as well, as it relates to the rest of this spread, what could be coming up from the past for you right now is literally just old cycles or past hurts or past things that you've been through that inform your behavior today and are causing you to behave in certain ways that maybe are not in alignment or in sync with your highest good. You know, so it's like, I'll use a cliche example, but it's kind of like when somebody gets in a relationship and they're like, I have trust issues, I have trust issues, I have trust issues, and they just always fall back on that to explain all of their behavior, when really what needs to happen is for them to examine their past and heal those cycles and those patterns so that they don't bring them into the future or don't bring them into their present. Right? So if there are things of that nature energetically coming up for you that you know this is something that is so old, but you know deep down you haven't really dealt with it, maybe it's an insecurity that keeps rearing its head and you always try to bury it instead of just confronting it head on, right? This is the time to do that, because if not, it just leaves you discontent. It just leaves you discontent. There's just this permanent feeling of just not really feeling good about things because you don't deal with, you just bury, you just persevere, right? That will not work right now for you. You can't just bulldoze through issues or confrontations or difficulties. You have to actually deal with them, right? If not, you leave yourself in this energy of feeling discontent, okay? So overall energy in bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Wands, strong survival instincts and impulses. This is great. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we've got this clarified by the King of Wands. So this is a really beautiful overall energy because this is about leadership. The King of Wands is also about enterprise. So some of you guys might be in business, in control in business, starting a new business, right? But this speaks about you. As long as you try and do the work, you succeed and you are victorious, right? So I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the things in life that you avoid, it's pointless. Like sometimes we may feel like, it's not that big, why? Like this, it's just easier just to not deal. But I promise those things are festering in your subconscious and they will come up again at a time that is not opportune, right? So this is about you having all of the energy to deal with these things that you may be avoiding, to triumph over anything that you need to triumph over, as long as you just try. Like the energy here is assisting you in a really, really great and powerful way. So don't stand in your own way with things like this, you know? Okay, so let's pull from the Angel Oracle deck and wrap up. I have to say that I feel like Sages are usually like complete realists. You know, I feel like it's this beautiful quality of like realism married with like optimism as well, because you all will like persevere through anything. Like a Sag is not really going to give up. They're just going to find another way. You know what I mean? Which is something that I really, really admire. But there is an energy here almost of like ignoring what you see or avoiding. No, I won't even change it. Yeah, it's an energy of kind of avoiding what you see or ignoring what you see rather. You know, it's like maybe getting involved in something and then it's not exactly what you thought, or some sort of information comes in where you're like, hold on, wait a minute, that's not what I signed up for. But instead of being like, hold up, that's not what I signed up for, you just power through, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm just keep that one to myself. Maybe it ain't that, I'm just not gonna tell nobody, But this is like, no, that's not the best route here. The best route here is to confront and deal. So, angels, can you give me a word for the Sagittarius collective? Confront and deal, but also remember, like we said at the beginning, positivity and belief in yourself. Lead the way with that. Don't lead the way with fear. Don't lead the way with an energy of confrontation or try. It's not about that. This is just about when information comes in that is useful and that is meaningful and that informs us. Don't just ignore it, because you don't feel like it, because it's not gonna serve you later on. First card out, we got the ocean. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. So anytime this card comes up, I always tell everyone, I feel like this is a meditation card. Excuse me. And it's like, if you live near the water, definitely take its advice. If you don't, we have the gift of YouTube and all kinds of other resources to, do things like this, or to kind of bring it to you if you can't go to it. So I say that to say, when you go into meditation, if you have to turn on a YouTube video with the waves or water and just watch it, or close your eyes and listen to it, or go into your mind and see yourself as the water, see yourself floating in the ocean with, no boundaries, right? You can't see the shore, you can't see anything, just wide open space with no limits and no boundaries. Do that, right? And that will help to bring healing to you. See yourself being washed over and renewed, almost like a baptism, Opportunity to forgive. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. Right? So an opportunity to forgive here. There could have been some sort of information that came in, I don't like to really go that route with these. I like to try to keep it as positive as I can, but there honestly could have been some sort of information that came in here. Information that came in here that was an injustice, or that you found out about that rubbed you the wrong way. Like I said, like a piece of gossip, or somebody delivers a message to you that's just like, what the heck? You know what I mean? What? But there's an opportunity to forgive here with the ocean card. It says, allow the power and beauty of the water to wash away all your cares and concerns. Okay, come out of this energy of feeling discontent, rise up to the occasion, make the decisions you need to make for yourself to move yourself forward. Okay, if you see something you don't like, call it out. If you get some information that does not sit right with you, like I said, it's not about fighting and being confrontational, but it is about respecting and loving yourself enough to call it out, bring it to the forefront, heal, or do whatever needs to be done to move forward from this, as opposed to burying it and avoiding, right? Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully that helped and resonated in some sort of way. If it did, again, please give me a like, please subscribe to the channel, and all other information is below. Thank you for all your support. I look forward to talking to you next time.